5 weeks ago, 8 renegade Aussie rebels came to England and an old-fashioned finishing school.
Could we take out some of these piercings?
No.
It was war from the outset.
You do not ever talk to me in that manner, ever again.
Are you going to try today or not?
Your behaviour is a disgrace.
And one by one, the girls began to go.
Look at it. Voting.
Last week, there was high drama.
I think I just shit my pants.
Nay, I am done. You get no more of me.
I know exactly what this is.
And it was curtains for Kayla.
Total lack of respect.
Anarchy! Anarchy!
Now only 3 remain to compete for the ultimate prize.
If I win, I'm going to be like, yeah, that's wicked, man. I won something.
But just how solid are their foundations? There are tears and fears.
I just want to get this started before I throw up or wee my pants.
And at a spectacular graduation ceremony, one laddette will finally be crowned a lady.
I am delighted to announce that this year's winner is...
It's the final week of term, and for the remaining girls, the end is in sight. In just 3 days' time, they'll be presented to English society at a formal graduation ceremony.
Dress, black tie.
What's that? Don't you wear, like, just a tie? I'm going naked!
This morning, confidence is high.
Who honestly thought us 3 would be here till the end?
We're in the top 3 because we are the best.
I'm bloody proud of us.
But pride comes before a fall.
I don't think that the girls realise that they have a short time in which to achieve quite a lot.
There are some tough exams ahead, but the girls are already celebrating.
Cheers to making it to the end and becoming ladies again.
To the final 3.
We need to see a genuine wanting to be a lady.
At graduation, the girls will come under the critical scrutiny of a discerning audience.
Good morning, girls.
It's an experience that etiquette teacher Mrs. Brewer knows well.
There is the history of what the ball was all about.
Was that you, Mrs. Brook?
That was me when I was 17 years old.
As a debutante, Mrs. Brewer was launched into society at what was known as a coming-out ball.
You're going to have to show yourself to the very best that you possibly can.
A similar experience lies in store for the girls.
You are going to have to come down a grand staircase. You will then be presented to our guests of honour. And it's very important that you do that well. You will be judged ferociously. You cannot afford to make a single slip. So we're going to do a little bit of role play here. One by one you come in.
It's simply a matter of social protocol, but one girl is fast losing her nerve.
Mrs. Brewer, this is Jessica Shaw-Wolf.
How do you do, Jessica?
Lovely.
Now, Jessica, I hear you have to really have had to work on the way you present yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
They're sort of too affected.
Yes, I tend to stiffen up a lot when I'm feeling uncomfortable.
You're not natural.
I don't know.
Back in Australia, Jessica Shaw-Wolford is a professional attention seeker. And at Hereford Hall, her well-honed techniques were soon deployed again. But Jessica's tricks were quickly exposed.
You crave male attention.
She showed a similar fondness for alcohol.
We are now cheersing to our success.
but managed to break the habit.
Not alcohol tonight, because I don't want to end up embarrassing myself or anybody else for that matter.
And finally, Jessica turned a corner.
I don't want to be 40 years old, still hitting the pub, still thinking I'm looking hot and still trying to pick up. I want to be, by that time, I want to be settling down and have my life.
But has Jessica really conquered her demons? Or is it all an act?
You are a performer.
And now, in the final week, it seems Jessica is still no natural.
You don't seem very relaxed at the moment.
I'm very nervous right now.
Well, you see, that's the problem. You cannot be nervous. And we can't have this inane grin. You're so wooden. With Jessica, I mean, she still hasn't really come on that much from last week. We've still got the inane facial expressions. She needs to stop being so affected. All right, bye.
But Jessica is hiding worries much closer to home. The girls' parents have been invited to their graduation, but Jessica has received unwelcome news.
I'm just upset because my dad's not coming. It's too late for him to get a passport. I love my dad and I want to make him proud, and I haven't really done that in my entire life, so this opportunity would have been perfect to show him that I really am trying.
Jessica will have no family to support her on graduation day. But there's no time for tears. Elocution teacher Mrs. Forrester has just a few hours to coach the girls on their most daunting task yet.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Forrester.
A public speech which they must write and deliver on their own.
And this is the big one. This is the one you've really, really got to put all your efforts into, because you fail this and you may fail the whole of the graduation test. If I'd said to you 4 weeks ago, you are going to address a large audience and you are going to speak from the heart without scripting and without memorising.
I would have gone, yeah, right. No way.
No way. But now you feel you've changed.
I don't want to stand up there and spread my feelings to the whole world.
So you don't want to expose this inside?
Not really.
Exposing herself has never before been a problem for shameless Shari.
Hey, boys, check these out!
Back in Perth, Shari's always happy to reveal herself.
But clothes, they just get in the way of a good time.
Since she arrived 5 weeks ago, this exhibitionist has proved a handful. From her wisecracking...
I think you're here on holiday.
Would I be wearing this on holiday?
...to regular breast flashing.
I haven't changed!
When Mrs. Harbord took her to task...
And that's the end of it.
She promised to mend her ways.
I just have to pull my head out my arse and change what I do.
Go on, Shari.
But the joker soon returned.
You're talking to a cat, for goodness sake.
Last week, Shari surprised herself.
I didn't give up, and I didn't fail.
But with a public speech in store, Shari is now truly exposed.
It's the whole vulnerability thing. They're going to get inside me if they hear
And is
anything
that a
I
bad
say.
thing?
Oh, I suppose not, but I'm uncomfortable about the speech.
Not really wanting to expose her innermost feelings was very, very telling. I can't say you've got to pour your heart out in this, but I do want it to come from inside you. And that's what I'm looking for. This is going to be a huge test for her, because I do want her to deliver the real Shari. Maybe we've never seen it yet. Maybe we will never see it. So it's going to be hard, I think, for her.
It's the final week of term at Hereford Hall. Now exams begin with cookery.
This is your final cooking challenge. And I have to tell you, this is one of the biggest challenges we have ever had.
Over the last 5 weeks, the girls have tackled everything from quiche to canapes.
Delicious, actually.
And from high tea
Knock, knock. Who's there? Somebody who can't make a profiterole.
to tarte tatin.
Oh,
But Mrs. Schrager is about to set the bar even higher.
Your nemesis is behind those closed doors. I hope you're a little bit worried, because if you're not, I would be very shocked.
For their final cookery challenge, the girls will have to decorate a 5-tiered wedding cake.
This is a huge task. It is an enormous task, because they're going to have to do everything. They're going to have to marzipan the cakes, do all the royal icing all the way around, all the decoration, and obviously make all the flowers.
It's fragile, fiddly, and thoroughly frightening.
This is an engineering feat. This is something that if you don't get it right, it'll collapse. Now, are you scared?
That looks very, very hard to make. Looks like world's hardest cake ever. This is going to be such a hard task.
It's rolling pins at the ready as the cake exam begins. While Danelle displays her newfound prowess,
Voila! Perfect!
Jessica finds herself in a sticky situation. And for kitchen-shy Shari, cracks are starting to appear.
It's splitting because I left it out and dried, and now it's starting to split and it's a bit thin, so it keeps splitting even more.
It's not long before Jessica gets into the swing of things.
Voila!
But Shari's skills still leave a lot to be desired.
I am way not gentle enough for this. Wait, no. Oh, are you just like loosening it? No, I'm trying to lift it off the table. I'm fucking pissed, mate.
Unable to stand the heat, Shari seems ready to quit.
Kind of felt like throwing my cake at the wall, so I thought I'd come outside and chill out for a minute. These sort of things back home I just wouldn't even bother doing because I know I'd end up in a state. Like, I'd never attempt to make a cake at home because I know it would just be thrown against the wall. The shit thing is, I actually care. Like, I actually want to be able to do it, but I can't, so... And because I can't get angry and swear and yell and throw things, I get upset instead. It's fucking shit.
News of Shari's culinary catastrophe has reached the principal, who decides it's time for a quiet word.
Now, how are you feeling?
I'm a little bit stressed. I want everything to be at a high standard, and it seems to be that everything's dropping below that, so...
Do you think you can win?
I'm still questioning myself.
You've got to have more faith in yourself. Success doesn't come without an awful lot of hard work. We're talking of making your life a wholly fulfilled life. And you can get all that by showing yourself that you can succeed. I wish you lots of good luck with everything.
Thank you.
And my very last thing to you, you can do it.
Thank you.
At the end of a demanding day, the girls enjoy a treat fit for ladies. At last, they appear content sipping champagne, not sculling schooners.
It's a graduation.
And there are even signs of new ambition in Shari.
Everything we've learnt has to be perfect. From cooking to patience making flowers to presenting ourselves neatly. I didn't come here to go straight back home and feel like an arse for getting kicked out straight away. I came here to get as far as I could. And I figure that, you know, we're the final three. We get to go to this graduation. We've got to see the most of everything.
Yeah.
And that's great. If I win, I'm going to be like, yeah, that's wicked, man. I won something.
But another girl seems far less confident.
And they know I'm still not over, you know, my anger problems. I still have to prove that more to them because they know I'll still snap if I want to.
When Danelle arrived 5 weeks ago, she was bolshy and belligerent.
Could we take out some of these piercings?
No.
And gave a whole new meaning to bad attitude.
I can't work with one fucking hand.
The face you've got now is sheer insolence.
I'll try harder.
OK, I'll try harder.
Danelle was an impenetrable fortress.
It's like you've got a ring of barbed wire around you.
But slowly her defences came down.
My biggest walls have come up because of bad relationships that I've had. Because, you know, in love is where you get hurt the most.
And a smile broke out.
I feel happier now that I've kind of let my guard down, Lord.
She applied herself in the kitchen.
Can I introduce you to the chefs?
And enchanted an audience. But will Danelle manage to keep her bad attitude at bay on graduation day?
I've even taken my walls down now, and that's taken a lot for me to do. I've spent years like building them up and making sure that no one can get through. Them. And I was going to swear then too. I actually let my guard down with them, and they're still going on. It's like, what do you want from me?
It's the day before graduation and time for some finishing touches. Coming this far means a lot to one former laddette.
I am someone that gives up very easy and then regrets it later on. So I'm not going to give up on this one. Bring in the guns and be strong.
After 10 hours of rolling, moulding and icing, the 5-tiered cakes are ready for construction.
Uh-oh.
But time is running out.
You've got exactly 1.5 hours to get the whole cake finished from top to bottom. They are so far behind. It is such a worry. They need a rocket up them. They've got 5 cakes each.
The next stage is critical and will require great patience and care.
We've got to cut the actual poles, each one exactly the same between each layer. If they get the balance wrong, the whole thing will collapse. This isn't cooking, this is pure architecture.
Now Master Chef Danelle turns Master Builder. Jessica and Shari soon follow her lead.
Please don't fall, please don't fall.
It's a precarious business, and all their work will count for nothing if there's a slip-up.
Can you take this for me, please?
What on earth?
My stick is a little bit too big. It's not letting second level sit level. And that's pretty damn important. Oh, fuck.
But a last-minute adjustment and a hasty manoeuvre cannot hide the fact these houses are built on sand.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my gosh. Oh no.
Never before has Mrs. Schrager witnessed a scene of such catastrophic devastation.
Put them down immediately. Just put them down.
And it only gets worse.
Take it off, please.
With all their work on the floor, their scores, if not the cakes, are level.
Now, that's your bottom of your cake. Can I just do something? There is no way that cake was going to stand up. It's too short. You've got them different lengths. These cakes weigh a very heavy weight, and if it's not completely level, I did say that to you.
For a girl who once couldn't care less, Danelle's response to failure is telling.
Come on, no, you're not. Come here. All right. Do you know what? Cooking is a tough thing, and when something like that happens, it's awful because you've worked so hard.
Yeah, it's just disappointing because
Yes.
it's so long.
I know it is, I know. They have made me so proud. The fact Danelle didn't lose her cool, she didn't even swear. Now that, I think, has been the biggest lesson of all, and that's what this school is all about. Forget the cake. It's about controlling yourself.
Most of the time I'd rather get angry than cry like normally. I'm kind of getting used to being a big sook now. I don't like it, but I'm going to have to get used to it.
The girls can only hope they'll fare better in the next exam, invigilated by the green-fingered principal.
What shape is the leaf of the eucalyptus tree? Please.
Testing their knowledge of flower arranging, Mrs. Harbert has set a taxing written exam.
What colour scheme would you suggest for a bride's bouquet if she was wearing a cream dress with palest green piping around the neck, sleeves and hemline? Time is up.
Next, a practical exam requires the girls to construct monumental pedestal arrangements.
This is just the beginning of a masterpiece. It's going to look fantastic.
I think it's pretty big. I don't know if I made it too big. It's huge.
I really like it so far. I've created what I had in mind. I wanted something quite thick looking, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Time up.
For Mrs. Harbert, flower arranging is no idle pastime for a lady, but an essential skill. Now she assesses the girls' handiwork.
Yes, it's not a bad effort. Not a bad effort at all.
Despite Shari's very best efforts...
You've got huge amounts up here and not enough down here to balance it.
She's come last.
I feel pretty crap. Like, I really wanted to do well at it, but I understand the point that it is too thick. But I'm not too concerned because my speech may be really good and that might get my points high. But I'm pretty disappointed because I really wanted to do well.
As the teachers mark papers and apportion scores, the girls relax, laddette style. 5 weeks of very hard work are now rewarded with a very special occasion.
Pass me your large glass.
This is the very last evening you will be at Hereford Hall.
Oh, what if we decline your invitation to leave?
I think we need a holiday.
When you go home and people say, oh, you must have had a good time sometimes, what would you say? What would you say, Jess?
Most of I reckon all my achievements, all the things that I've actually completed and not just done my usual and get frustrated and just go, oh well, I'll leave it for someone who can do it. And I've actually stuck it out. And like even the cake today, that was a massive achievement in itself for me.
I think everyone used to say to me that I used to pull faces.
You didn't smile, and now you do smile. It's lovely.
When you go back, are you going to curb that swearing?
I'll give them a whoops, Daisy. I'll say that's from Mrs. Brewer.
I would like to know, what do you think of the school motto?
Ooh. Yeah, it now makes sense.
Does it?
In the beginning.
I love the song.
She who conquers, conquers herself.
She conquers who conquers herself.
And we've all gone, right. No idea. But now it's starting to form us now. That's what we are.
On a serious note, we wish you absolutely all the best that life can bring to all three of you.
Shall we do a toast to the girls?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
I think to all three of you.
Yeah. To the future.
For your success. For the future. A beginning of...
As the evening draws to a close, thoughts turn to tomorrow.
No, I've never actually seen anything out long enough to actually go to like a ball or a graduation or anything like that. So this is going to be my, probably the biggest day of my life tomorrow.
You know what? I'm going to be a sweet little angel when I get home.
As the girls prepare to leave Hereford Hall forever, they know that whatever happens tomorrow, life will never be quite the same. This year, graduation will take place at a magnificent country house. Kenchurch Court is one of Britain's oldest stately homes and provides an elegant backdrop to the formal introduction of some improved Australians to English society. And help is at hand to ensure the girls look their very best. After this, they'll be on their own.
They've got to look absolutely better than they've ever done before. They've got to hold their own in conversation and then have to make a speech. A formidable task for any girl.
The girls have mixed feelings about their big day.
It means a lot to me to be here in the final week, be part of the top 3 and just go, look, I didn't give up. Look how far I made it. I actually saw something through. So it's pretty special to me.
I'm feeling like I have butterflies in my stomach, my heart is beating fast, I'm sweating. It's really full on. It's going to be a day that, we're never ever going to forget.
Big mixture of nerves, sadness, happiness, excitement, and all at once. I don't know how to take it, so yeah, feeling a bit sick.
Remember, only 6 weeks ago, these girls were loud, raucous, beer-swilling laddettes. And to have come that distance in such a short time, it's a huge task.
But there's one hurdle left to cross, and it's the highest one yet.
These guests will have some very high expectation, and I just hope that we come up to their standards.
The girls will be assessed by a formidable guest of honour.
Lady Susan Hereford.
How lovely to see you.
For this doyenne of polite society, it's a deadly serious business.
Good. And we're so lucky to
I think probably a sort of dinosaur of a generation that we mind terribly about good manners.
There's going to be so many people here, oh my gosh.
Have you got family?
No.
Your family coming?
But that's okay, because I have the teachers.
Sadly for Jessica, her father was unable to get a passport. But for the other girls, there will be a supporting cast.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Debbie Lilly.
Shari's mother has come all the way from Australia, and so has Danelle's.
Sherry Rivers.
Jessica, how lovely. Gosh, you girls. I've just come in because I wonder if you'd pop out for a minute. There's somebody in the corridor who wants to see you. In the main corridor, if you would. I want to see these other girls. If you go right out.
Hello.
Against all the odds, Jessica's father has made it.
How are you?
Oh, I just got my makeup done.
Don't cry.
It got me all emotional. My dad's here. Oh my God! I just cried. Oh, that's so good. I told you.
All parties now present. The stage is finally set for the entrance of their lives. Upstairs, the girls make their final preparations before making a grand entrance in front of a seasoned audience of society's stalwarts. They'll be judged by ex-cavalry officer Mr. Jeremy Scott.
A lady requires poise, composure, and she should not appear to be trying too hard. For a young woman to try too hard is fatal. It destroys the act.
His model wife and English Rose, Mrs. Jamie Scott.
One would like to see ease and gracefulness and hopefully a slight smile on the lips and a slight smile in the eyes.
And the guest of honour, Lady Susan Hereford.
I think that I will know when I see a lady among a group of girls, I think I will know immediately.
I think it's a tough thing to achieve in 6 weeks.
I just want to get this started before I throw up or wee my pants.
First to run the gauntlet is former wild child Shari Linney.
Lady Hereford, how do you do?
How do you do?
I'm Shari.
Lovely to see you. You're looking very pretty.
Thank you very much.
Have you enjoyed your time here?
I have had so much fun. It's
been the whole way through?
It has been stressful, but it's been enjoyable.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
Lovely to meet you all.
And you.
Thank you.
She presented very well, I thought.
Yes, perfectly. Very much so. Yeah, you know.
And there was a sort of openness to her manner which was attractive, wasn't it?
Now comes Jessica, as never seen before.
My name is Jessica.
Now tell me, on that long walk down the stairs that you've just made, if you had missed your footing and tumbled to the bottom, how would you have handled that?
I would have stood up and pretended like I didn't do it and just keep walking gracefully.
Excellent.
It was a pleasure meeting you all.
I thought the way her posture, walking up to the top of the stairs and walking down, was beautiful.
Well, you would understand this because you... No, I thought it was absolutely fabulous.
And this one lost it a little bit at the beginning.
A little.
She swallowed her words.
That's about her nerves, though, wasn't it?
Of course, it's her nerves.
But I do think that she covered it up very well.
Absolutely beautiful.
And she did look beautiful.
It's going to be hard to mark these girls.
I think it's very hard.
And finally, it's the turn of a once wayward Danelle.
Of all the many things that you've learned, what would you say is the most valuable?
I think the most valuable thing I've learned is composure. To control my anger and control myself in stressful situations.
So you feel a completely different woman now?
I do. I feel very different. It changed from the inside out.
Well, I wish you all luck.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to meet you.
Bye.
It was a long Australian stride,
But
wasn't it?
It wasn't
Yes.
a walk, it was a roll.
But she looked beautiful.
She looked
looked
gorgeous.
wonderful.
They really, all three of them have looked absolutely wonderful.
At last, the finishing school graduates are presented to the assembled company.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Shari Linney, Miss Jessica Shaw-Walford, Miss Danelle Gomans,
Only one challenge remains. Each girl must now take to the floor and make her maiden speech.
Have you ever walked past the pet store window, looked in and seen the last puppy left, looked deep into his eyes and felt his sadness and loneliness? Before I came to Hereford Hall, my life felt like that feeling. Thank you to the strength and dedication of 5 very graceful ladies, a change began. A few tears rolled down my face. The backbone began to straighten and the shoulders began to be pushed back. Most importantly, the legs stayed together. They did not give up on me, so I felt I should not give up on them. Better yet, I should not give up on myself.
Before I came here to Hereford Hall, I was living a nomadic life. I've had endless amounts of jobs, and which led me to my last job, which was being a stripper. My self-esteem, my self-confidence, and many other things went out the window when I started this job. Hereford Hall helped me realise that I can be a better person, that I can do things and complete things, that I can believe in myself, and that I can conquer myself.
I want to say goodbye to the past 4 years of my life and hello to a bright and better future. Thank you.
The dictionary definition of a lady is that of a woman who is regarded as having good manners and of good breeding and a high rank. I believe a lady is much, much more than this. A lady is resourceful, patient, kind and gentle. She is strong and the glue that holds her family together. In my youth, I had no interest in being a lady. In fact, I strived to be more like a boy. I stepped back and thought, enough is enough. It's time for me to change. I think my breaking point was my talk with Mrs. Harwood. Immediately, I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. I felt like I could be happy again, and I began to smile. And I haven't stopped smiling since, much to the delight of the teachers. I'm going to take everything that I've learnt here and transfer it into my life back into Australia. Not just today, but for the rest of my life. Thank you very much.
Formalities over. Informalities can now begin.
I'm so proud of you. I would never have expected such an old-fashioned finishing school to have had that kind of result with Donnell.
And old bonds are reformed.
I was going to see maybe if I get back, if I could come back home.
Yeah. At Kenchurch Court, the graduation ceremony is almost over.
So now which
Away from the celebrations, the teachers must now make the hardest decision of all. Which laddette to crown a lady? First is Shari.
I thought it was an extremely well-planned and well-balanced speech.
Yes, I thought her speech was absolutely smashing.
You know, I think she's come such a long way, and she's proved to us today that, wow, can she do it? It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Now, the question there is she going to make up her mind to continue as a lady? Donnell? Rosemary?
Well, I think Donnell, I mean, she's done incredibly well today. Her speech was fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
She was gracious, she was charming.
All she needed to do was to stop swearing, to start smiling, and to make the best of herself.
She's a beautiful young woman.
Yes, but all she needed to do was smile.
No, Liz,
no.
She has conquered this terrible aggression.
Yes.
And I think that is a huge achievement.
Her journey has been a very hard one.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Jessica.
I think she looked unbelievable. She looked stunning. She held herself beautifully.
Jessica has always, it may have been acting, she has tried so hard.
What you saw today was not acting.
And I tell you something, if that girl wins, she will be an ambassador for us because she will act the part. She will go with pride. She will definitely change her life. She will because she is determined to prove she can do it.
Ladies, we have to choose a winner.
Once they were 8, now they are 3, and in a moment there will only be 1.
Six weeks ago, we opened our doors to 8 uncouth, vulgar, out-of-control laddettes. Our task was to transform these wayward rebels into well-rounded, presentable young ladies. It was an extremely close contest, but I am delighted to announce that this year's winner is Donnell.
Without the support of my fellow ladies. I feel like I'm in shock. I don't know what to say. I'm just kind of standing here like a stunned mother right now. I'm pretty blown away. I feel so much better the way I am now, and I don't want to go back to how I was before, so I'm not going to let it happen.
It's a mother's dream come true. It really is. It's everything I could have wished for and hoped for. She's just beautiful. She's just beautiful.
Term is over, and it's time for the girls to pay their respects to some old teachers.
Have a wonderful trip. You don't want to go home? No.
Now I've adopted you as my second mum. I don't want to go.
And some new friends.
This is for you.
Thank you so much. This is going on my wall.
I should hope so, absolutely.
I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. I'm overwhelmed, I'm speechless, and it's going to make me cry now.
Don't do that, because you've got to take this from...
Thank you so much.